The 26th race of the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 10, heads to the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. This is the final chance for any drivers to make it into the season number 10 chase. This is the Aquafina Last Chance 500. And on pole for the most crucial race of the season, Scott Gregory in the 14. Outside second, the 9 is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. In third, Nathan Stapleton. Fourth, we have Riley Sampson. Running out the top 5, Sebastian Kukulan, the 51. Sixth place we have Marcus Sachi. In seventh, it's Adam Garcia. Eighth for Isaac Nichols. Ninth, it's Dale Lightning. And running out the top 10, Griffin Lynn in the 7 car. The rest of the field is Anthony Charbonnet. Inside is Luke Rainey in the 2 car. Then we have Cole Luigi inside Riley Spirit to the 26. Then we have Casey Nacco with TJ Henley in the 23, along with Carson Bowers and William Bull in the 31. And there's Patrick Smith and Jake Richardson in the 15, along with Roman Fenway and Ryan Browner in the 6. And there's Marshall Burrow and Max Anderson in the 83, with Derek Hamill and Justin Zeidel the 10. And we have Steve Morgan and Eli Bright, with Michael Gregory and Jake Jefferson in the 78. And there's Anthony Fox and Keshawn Richardson, with JJ Reed and Anthony Nez in the 4. And there's Jose Mills and Edwin Mendez, with Trey Rainey and Jonathan Beeford the 1. And we have Levi Schoens and Carter Friesen. And rounding out the field, Diego Yepez in 41st, and in 42nd, the 5 car of Jeff Wright. There's our 4-2 car field. 4 of these drivers know they're in the chase no matter what. We'll talk about them and more after this starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Four drivers come into this 26th race of the season knowing that they are locked into the chase, which leaves 8 spots up for grabs. The top 3 in points, Jose Mills, Dale Lennon, and Griffin are all locked in. 9th in points, Marshall Burrow comes in 60 points above the top 10, but he is over a race above 21st in points, which means he cannot fall below the top 20. He has 3 wins. That's the most anyone this season. He has a wild card spot no matter what happens here tonight, but it would be better if he stays top 10 points for drivers like Eli Bright and Marcus Sanchez looking for the wildcard spots. Jay Jefferson, Riley Sampson, Riley Spurley-Tube, Adam Garcia, Nathan Stapleton, Marshall Burrow, and Sebastian Kukulan coming inside the top 10. 49 laps to determine the chase field season 10. We're green at Atlanta. Scott Gregory leads the first lap of the race here in Atlanta. Stapleton rides in second. Kukulan maybe needs to win the most. He rides in third. Dale Lightning, 47, moves to fourth. How about Luke Rainey, the 1 to 5th in the 2 car. Stapleton for the lead down the backstretch on the 14. Gregory, the 51 went high. Kukulan to the outside, but Stapleton on the inside, no help. Propels his way forward on the inside. Stapleton leads the race. Dale Lightning slid up. These cars going fast. Maybe not much grip on these cold tires. Nathan Stapleton in the 16, out in front, Dale Lightning, 210 miles an hour after turn 1. He grabs second, looks for the lead off turn 2. Riley Spurley-Tube up to third in the 26. He looks low down the back, looking 3 wide almost. He got a great push from Casey Nacco, and Stapleton power move off the top side to get clear of the 47. But Lightning fights right back to the inside. Down to that yellow line, drag race back to lead the 3rd lap of the race. Give it to Dale Lightning on the bottom of the racetrack. Came in second in points, 5 points behind Jose Mills in the 27. Lightning leads here in Atlanta. Casey Nacco moves to second to 43, with William Bull in the 31 up to 3rd. Jake Richardson behind him in the 15. 3 wide down the backstretch, but it's double foul at the front of the field. Casey Nacco and Dale Lightning are side by side. Nacco grabs the top spot through 3 and 4. Now William Bull in the 31 pulls out of line, side by side back to the line. Bull and Nacco side by side. The leader lap is William Bull by a nose. Jake Richardson, 15, pushing the 31 clear. And now Jake has a run for the lead by himself. Ryan Brommer, the 6, trying to push him clear. The 15, though, splits to the middle. Can the 6 get the run the inside? How about Marshall Burrow up inside the top 5 of the 95? Brommer, the 6, moves to second. Marshall Burrow, the 95. He looks out of line. They look 3 wide down the quad oval. Burrow to the inside. 3 wide off to turn 1. 31 was got the wall. The 6 was close to the side of the 31. Marshall Burrow to the front. This is big for him, and big especially for the 80 and the 17. They come in hoping that they're praying for the 95 to either win this race or just get a great finish and stay top 10 points. If he falls outside the top 10 points, the 88 and the 17 drops will become even harder. Just think the 88 and the 17 bound for the 2 wildcard spots. They currently have them both with 2 victories. But the 95 falls out. That's an 88-17 battle for the second wildcard spot. And then say the 2 or the 18 wins, or the 34 wins back-to-back. That's a 3-way battle, 2 wins for that second wildcard spot. One of them that's not fighting for a wildcard spot. Jay Jefferson, he has 2 wins this season, but he's currently 4th in points. He needs to finish 33rd better tonight to lock up and secure a spot. But I think he could finish 42nd and still be just A-okay. Hernandez the 4, not really in chase contention as they go 4 wide behind them. Cole Luigi, Jake Rich, and Casey Necker bounce into the wall and hard to the wall. Big contact, 18 involved, 95 involved, and the wall hard. Kukulan's upside down. Sebastian Kukulan's wrecked 10th in points is flipping. Adam Garcia 7th in points has crashed. 51 hit by the 42 and around goes the 42 of Cole Luigi. Back down to earth goes the 51. Derek Kimmel is well involved. We got our first yellow flag, and Levi Shones leads lap number 8 back to the yellow flag. That is not what Kukulan and Adam Garcia wanted to have happen. Ryan Brahmer involved. Jeff Brighton's not going to make the chase as he comes down pit road with damage. Adam Garcia right there drives away but has massive damage, and Marshall Burrell also has tons of damage on the 95. Riley Sampson, 5th in points, 116 up, has damage. Looks like Casey Nako's gotten damage on the 43. Where's Luke Rainey, the 2? Did he escape unscathed? Trey Rainey got some damage in 21st. There's Luke Rainey in 16th. He can try and pull his way in now above the 51. Kukulan's going to be out. Burrow's going to be damaged. Adam Garcia as well will be damaged. So can Luke Rainey point his way inside the top 10? Can he keep a clean race car for the final 40 laps of this race? Down pit road goes Levi Jones to 20 when he's into his pit stall. It's one of the first on pit road. He has to be wary of that as well when leaving. Hopefully no one hits him coming out. Levi Shones leaves. He's ahead of the 32 Yepes. He gets up in line, so that means no one's going to hit him, obviously. Have to watch for collisions on pit road right here. So Jay Jefferson let off there and let the 4 go ahead of him. There's Ryan Brahmer leaving. Did he just jump the 21? He did. Ryan Brahmer leaves pit road front. How about that for the 16? Great service. Or no, he was at the back of the field on the tail end lap. So Levi Shones, his crew does keep serve on pit road. Yepes, Bowers, and others. Levi Shones off pit road first. Hilly is back to the green flag, but a big crash ignites in turn number 1 as they got 4 wide. Cars got pinched to the wall and was on from there. Some cars went upside down as well. If you were a chase driver, this is not what you wanted to see. 4 wide at the front of the field. This was inside the top 10. Derek Hamill on the bottom. Case Naka Mill, Jake Richardson, and Cole Luigi up top. They are 4 wide down at the exit of the quadrilateral. They get pinched together. 15-43 right there. Pinched together into the inside of the 19. They clip the 20 up the racetrack, and you get the 18, the 78, 42 as well. 95, the 6 of Ryan Brahmer. Then Adam Garcia comes out the wall. Here comes the 14 of Scott Gregory. They go hard to the wall. 40, there's the 51 upside down. The 6 drives away. There's Nako with his damage. Cole Luigi was spinning backwards back there. But the yellow flag is out, and the big storyline is all the chase contenders that were involved in this, like the 22, like the 95, like the 51, like the 18. This is going to make it very hard for a lot of drivers trying to make the chase now. The only saving grace for drivers like Adam Garcia is that the 95 and the 51 are also involved, and that's kind of a buffer in between the 22 and 11th in points. That's the only good thing for Adam Garcia currently, because the 51's going to be out of the race. He's obviously not going to lose the spot to the 51 because Adam Garcia is still left in the race. Watch this massive crash of Kukulan. I believe he got hit by the 5 of Jeff Wright to send him upside down. And he did. Kukulan goes for a wild ride here in the Aquafina Last Chance 500. Came in 10th in points with 1 victory. But that may have just been ruined as he gets hit hard right there again. Car then comes back down on all 4s, but the yellow flag is out, and the chase chances for Kukulan may have just been broken right there. Marshall Burrow, the 95, with the helmet cam. He has a lot going his way to try and make the chase. He's in no matter what, but he can determine who gets a wild card or not. Let's go aboard with him. Terrible crash here in Atlanta for our first yellow flag of the Aquafina Last Chance 500. Leading the race is Levi Schultz. His pit crew does the job on pit road, gets him out in front, and he's going to be leading on our first restart of the night in Atlanta. Coming back to the green flag in the Aquafina Last Chance 500 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, Levi Schultz currently out in front. His pit crew did the job on pit road. Fuel only for the 21 gets him out in front. Jeff Wright will not make the chase in season number 10. He's out of the race he needed to win here tonight. Derek Kimmel's out. Scott Gregory is out. Sebastian Kukulan, does he fall below the top 10 in points? He's out in 39th. Cole Luigi 38th. How about Marshallboro 37? Does he stay in 60 points above? Is that 51 buffer going to be enough? Can someone else point their way in? And because Sean Richardson, the 3, is out because of a tire. Ryan Barmer lap down 35th, as we have 34 cars on lead lap. Adam Garcia last of them in the 22. 40 cars currently 31st. Jay Jefferson 30th. Currently 35 cars still left running, so the 78's job has just gotten a lot easier. 33rd or better. There's 34 cars on lead lap. 78. Jay Jefferson should be fine. The question is, can Trey Rainey, Luke Rainey, can they point their way in to the top 10 and knock both the 95 and the 51 out? For Trey Rainey, it's going to be a tough task. He needs 60 points, and he's a little torn up in the 18 car. Levi Schultz out front of the 21. Diego Yepez second. Third for Carson Bowers. Fourth, Dale Lenning. Fifth for Nathan Stapleton. Eli Bright sixth. Anthony Renner seventh. Eighth for Isaac Nichols. Ninth, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Anthony Fox rounding out the top 10 for Eli Bright, lining up in sixth. He's looking for a wildcard spot. Comes in 13th in points. Oh, by the way, he won here earlier in the season. Back green. Schultz gets away on the break. Bowers jumps over 19 for a second on Yepez off to turn 1. For Bowers, it's going to be a big night for him. He comes in 24th in points. One victory. 92 points behind the 17 for the second wildcard spot. If he wins here tonight and the 95 stays inside the top 10, he needs to pass the 17 to get that second wildcard spot. A lot has to go right for the 19, but it is doable for Carson Bowers because the 95 finished so poorly is the only bad problem. Nathan Stapleton, the 16 out of line, going to push Carson Bowers to the front in Atlanta. Nathan Stapleton comes in a great spot. 8th in points plus 63, but with the 95 and the 22 and the 40 having their issues, Stapleton should be fine to make the chase now. He has the 4 of Hernandez pushing him through. Hernandez finished runner-up to the championship last season, and it's kind of hurt the reports, I think, this season. Maybe just not recovered fully from that loss. Maybe it's hurt him a little bit here this season, switching to, obviously, Stewart Haas Racing, a different team. Maybe just hasn't meshed well, but right now doing well so far in Atlanta. 3 wide to the point on lap number 15. Anthony Fox pushed him through the 38 car. Fox comes in 14th in points, 86 behind the top 10. But if he could possibly win her tonight, can he get a wildcard spot? Possibly try and break his way inside the top 10 points because the 51 to 95 both finished poorly. Yeah, a lot can go a lot of drivers' ways here tonight. Instead of certain things went a certain way, it would make my head start spinning. Well, it's already made my head start spinning. We're only 16 left in the race. Michael Gregory to the front. Season number 4 champion of the series. Eli Brett looking for the Atlanta sweep this season. Moves to second with his teammate Patrick Smith up to third. Smith saw what Derek Campbell did in the 20 earlier in the season, subbing for Derek Bouchard, winning a race at Pocono. Patrick Smith wants to do the same, subbing for Nathan Ormond to win here tonight in Atlanta. Riley Spurgeon on the inside lane. Haven't talked about him all night. He missed the big crash, just a few laps to go. He's on the inside lane moving forward. He moves up inside the top 5. 26 car comes in plus 110. And he needs to finish 29th or better right now in a great spot to make the chase in season number 10. And just on the edge of this big pack, Luke Ray in the 2 car. He's sneaking in, trying to gain these points. He's saying, give me all these points. He sees so many points in front of him. 54 points behind Kukulon coming into the night. Kukulon is going to finish. Where did he finish? He finished 39th. Can Luke Ray somehow get 54 points on the 51 and make the chase in season 10 on a miracle? It would be the Atlanta Miracle if he could get it done here tonight. Michael Gregory currently out front. We are already catching lap traffic. That's very slow. Ryan Barmer, the 6. Not even as slow as the 22 and the 43 without a hood. The 6 of Ryan Barmer severely off the pace. They will catch him multiple times this race if we stay green the rest of the way. Browse for Tube Seaside wants to get low once they catch the 6 car. When will they catch Ryan Barmer is the question. Where does Michael Gregory go once they catch him? He goes to the outside, barely around the 6 car. Spurgeon about to check up and almost run over the 6 car. Jonathan Beaver gets the run for the lead now because the 4 went to check up. 3 cars get away. Bromers slowing the 26 up. Slowing the middle lane. Cars all over the place trying to get around. Inside going to filter through. The outside going to be the place to go. Brommer tries to block the 26. Brommer just get kind of screwed right here. Look at this. The 6 is blocking the 26. Wherever Spurgeon goes, the 6 is going. Inside middle lane will get going. The outside lane has nowhere to go. Eli Bright's one of them held up. Riley Spurgeon help as well. Levi Schultz, Dale Lightning, and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Here comes Jay Jefferson into the pack. He's getting points. And Spurgeon still held up by the 6. He might be the last car to get by. Look at that 6 car. He's just blocking the 26. I don't know if Spurgeon did something to Brommer earlier in the season, but Brommer is definitely panning it out right here in Atlanta. He's held Spurgeon all the way up back to the 30s. Spurgeon is back outside the top 30 now because of what just happened. He's back to 31st. He's probably lost touch with the draft now, the lead group. Single file now inside the top 20 as they try to run Michael Gregory back down. That 41 has been dominant here tonight. He's got out front. He's not looked back since. They're battling for second now. Steve Morgan inside Jonathan Beeford. Roman Foreman. Here comes Carter Friesen. He came in 15th in the points. A second victory could possibly get, it would give him a wildcard spot. He comes in just behind the 88 in points, only 5 points behind the 88. Could be a big night for Carter Friesen to win back-to-back races. He won at the Brickyard, kissed the bricks there. Can he win at Atlanta to make his way into the chase in season number 10? Runner-up to the championship back in season 7. 2 Rouse Racing teammates that are in the chase currently. Nathan Stibbs and Marcus Sachi, they're second and third. They're right now the only team with multiple drivers in the chase. That could change if Luke Grant gets in Adam Garcia stays, and that would be 2 for Penske as well. As we're now catching Case Necco and Adam Garcia, they're side by side, and Jake Virgin ahead as well. And then, of course, you have the 6 Ryan Barber. They'll catch him again, obviously. There's this back half of the field as the field's been spread out greatly, and right now the front half of the field starting to come together as Marcus Sanchez looks for a second on the field. Nathan Stibbs into turn number 1. We're halfway done with the Aquafina Last Chance 500. We've had 1 caution flag so far. It was a massive crash, and Michael Greger has dominated the latter part of this race. He's currently out in front here in Atlanta, but he has more lap cars to catch, including the 22 and the 43. They'll be the first 2 up. Look at the gap the 4-1 has there over the rest of the field. That 4-1's been strong, but here they come onto the 22 and the 43. How does he get around? He goes to the inside. Easily around those 2 lap cars. But the 4 Fernandez really close. And look at the 13 get 4 side. Please, Beaver may get him a bump. Inside gonna get going. The outside help. That's the 17, the 16, the 34. Can everyone jump down to the bottom line to get by? Look at Nago. He almost came down front. The 13 actually did come down front of him Fenway. Now we have more lap traffic at the 15. Jake Richardson is next to be caught by our race leaders. They squeeze 3 wide around the 2 lap cars on the outside. Marcus Sachi gonna move out. That's 4 wide. Sort it back to 3 wide for now. Close and tight racing though. Nathan Stilton needs to get low in the 16. He knows he can't lose too many points. He needs to get low. He pulls low. He'll get by. Basically, that means there's about 20 cars in this league group. As up front, look at the gap the 41 has pulled because they caught Jake Richardson in the wrong place. The 41 got around second and back did not. Hernandez gets away in second, but they're going to catch Ryan Barber again in just a few short laps. There's Barber in the 6, very slow. And here they are, filtering around the 15. Jake Richardson, Luke Rainey up inside the top 10. Great point set for the 2 so far, but he still has over 20 laps to go. He needs to be solid these last 20-odd laps to make his way into the chase. And Michael Gregory held by Ryan Barber. Hernandez on the outside, the 4 car to the front in Atlanta. Oh, look at that. Max Erickson getting a ton of spots if he can make it work. The 41 getting blocked by the 6 up top. Fox gets the second, Rainey to third. Inside lane going. And now Michael Gregory, the dominant car, stuck by the 6 car. He'll drop back outside the top 10. Michael Gregory now has to find a way down in line. Oh, Jake Richardson almost spun by the 35. Remember, Jake Richardson is slower. He's not as slow as the 6, though, so as long as he's not by the 6, he will be gaining time. And look at that second pack. They're saying, give me these spots. They're trying to get that draft now, these drivers that got held up, including the 41, the 83. That's tough for Michael Gregory. He's just leading the race now. He's going to be outside the top 20 in 2 laps. Eli Brett went up to the top side. I don't know if that was willingly or if he got shoved up there, but either way, it's going to hold him up greatly in the 88 car. Back up to the front. The 4, Anthony Hernandez, is he still leading? He is, by a good margin. So Stewart-Haas Racing has figured out their program here at Atlanta, as 2 of their cars have dominated so far. Hernandez out in front, the battle time for second. Nichols to the inside of Luke Range, turn 1, as we have 20 laps to go in Atlanta. 20 laps to go in the regular season. Who makes the chase for season number 10? Do we get a yellow flag that shakes it up again? Down the backstretch. Friesen trying to push Isaac Nichols in tandems. How's the 41 Michael Gregory doing? He finally got around the 6, but they fell all the way back. Gregory's back to 30th. That's heartbreak for the 41 as well. When we go a long ways, we've mentioned so many times with Michael Gregory, he's been dominant in some races this season, but he's just not being able to get the wins or get the performances to show for it. Under 20 laps to go in Atlanta. Here to determine the 12-man chase field. Hernandez leads the way. Isaac Nichols in second. Carter Friesen in third. The 11, Edwin Mendez, currently fighting for fourth. As look at Nichols. He tried to pull up, but third, 4 was down there. Friesen knows the second one can make his way into the chase. He's to the inside. Can he do it? And what's the problem if he wins? Eli Bryce could be worried. Because not only would Friesen maybe pass the 88, he's obviously only 5 points behind, so he would pass. But then you have Marcus Sachi, who's 62 points behind the 88. Sachi runs inside the top 10. Eli Bright rides back in 27th. So a lot could go Eli Bright's way, but a lot could go against him here tonight, as he's currently riding outside the top 25. Sachi riding inside the top 10. And Carter Friesen could steal a wildcard spot away from the 88 car. On a season where we talked about Hendrick Motorsports dominating and how they've won so many races. All 4 of their cars have won races. We're in a position right now where none of their cars can make the chase in season number 10. as Friesen gets out in front looking for his second straight triumph of the season. Mendez moves to second in the 11 car. Edwin Mendez, the only Joe Gibbs Racing car that has not won the season. He wants to change that tonight, even though he can't make the chase. He just wants to have bragging racing show that he belongs at Joe Gibbs Racing with the win tonight. And Joe Gibbs Racing is in a position to have none of their cars in the chase, because Trey Ray just kind of got damaged in that early crash. Unless he gets a lot of points to the 95 and the 51, I don't see Trey Ray making it. It's going to be tight, though. Marcus Sacchi, as cars come down pit road. There it is. We have green flag pit stop, so they didn't have the field to make it. They had to pit too soon. 1923, 32 have come down. There comes 21, 47 down. 78, some others came down laps here. 88, 18, 15 come down pit road. So now, pit strategy afoot. Who's going to play the strategy right? There you can see 17 backing up through the middle. I think these two are going to come down. Car's going to stay high. Car's going to go low to come down pit road. 11 and... Wow, look at that late entrance for Luke Rainey. That could have been a big crash there. So cars coming down for pit stops. Late in the... Is that Luke Rainey blown up? On pit road, the two is blown up. He came in 54 points behind Kukulon. Had it basically locked up. But now he's smoking on pit road. And he's going to be DNF'd out of the race. Oh, you just never know. You never do know in the Gatorade Cup Series if you're going to make it or not. Luke Rainey out of the race ring inside the top 10. It was a header issue as the rest of the leaders come down pit road now. Edwin Mendez, the leader, comes down pit road. And Luke Rainey is not going to get 54 points on Kukulon. He's going to fall to finish what looks to be probably 34th. That's not going to be enough points. Can now Trey Rainey be in a position to point his way in? Carter Friesen leaves with the 11 right with them. They leave pit road. Mendez trying to get off pit road ahead of everyone else. Here comes Fitzwater. He's in. He's going to try and leave with these front four. Get in the draft. I don't believe it's going to be enough. Mendez getting up to speed. Here comes Marcus Sacchi, the 17 car. He's up to speed already. Remember, Sacchi is. Heartbreak for one of the drivers trying to make the chase. Luke Rainey. Header issues on this pit cycle have put him out of the Aquafina Last Chance 500 and out of a chase spot, definitely. The question is now, does that save the 51.95 or can Trey Rainey find a way to point his way in? Edwin Mendez has lead in the 11 car with 12 laps to go in Atlanta. Lap traffic is ahead as it's right now a 5-car race for the win. 6th on back. Need hope for a yellow flag to come out. And right now, I don't think a yellow flag's going to come out unless something crazy happens. I mean, these cars are pretty spread out. There's Trey Rainey. Where's he running? What position? 22nd. Is that enough? He was 54 points behind the 51. Kukulon 39th. Jake Rich also retiring the 15, so that leaves 33 cars left running. That means Jay Jefferson's obviously locked up a spot now in the 78 cars. He's still left running with 33 cars left running. So Jay Jefferson is in the chase. I would assume the same for Riley Sampson, who's currently running in 25th, and also Riley Sperot, who's running 21st. He's actually, 21st now, so he's just past the 18th Trey Rainey. At the front, Trey's teammate Edwin Mendez holds the lead. Carson Bowers, another teammate, in second, as they've caught Adam Garcia, and it's held Carter Friesen up. So now Friesen, who wanted to win tonight to get into the chase, has just been held up. And with 10 to go, can he regroup and run the front four down? Or are they too long gone to have that happen? I think they're too far gone. How about TJ Hanley up to 6th? Fox going to move to 7th by Jonathan Beeford. Roman Fenway coming forward. This may sound crazy, but does Anthony Fox have enough points? He came in 86 points behind the 51, which puts him then 92 points behind the 95. He's running right now in 7th inside the top 10. Is that enough to make it up? I mean, is that enough points over those drivers at the Battlefield League? Carson Bowers looking for his 2nd victory of the season. Bowers blocks JJ Reed down low. JJ Reed's not won this season. The 46 cars never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Tonight could be the night to change it. Back to the line. 8 laps remain in Atlanta. Friesen is catching back up. Don't count him out. Don't write him off. And where's Eli Bright running the 88 car? This is big storylines. Eli Bright is up to 14th now. So does he gain enough points to stay ahead of the 17, who is currently 62 points behind the 88 of Eli Bright? This is drama here in Atlanta. And can Eli gain more points for the lead? JJ Reed rotating well, and Carson Bowers to the inside, side by side, to 7 to go. Carson Bowers leads the lap. JJ Reed in the inside lane. And Marcus Sacchi doing anything he can to stay ahead of Eli Bright. I mean, just think if the 95, though, falls out then. I mean, there's so much that can happen. The 95 falls out. Does that then give, you know, the 34, the 17, the 88? Friesen's going to need to win this race to make it in, and then does that knock both the 17 and the 88 out? This could be craziness at the end. 6 laps to go. JJ Reed trying to fend off for a win. But lap traffic is ahead. It's Ryan Brommer again. He might be the last lap car they catch. We're coming to 5 to go this time by in Atlanta. JJ Reed leads the way. Anthony Fox rides in 6th. Is that enough to point his way in? Is Trey Rainey enough to point his way in? There is Eli Bray, moves up to 13th. Trey Rainey is currently running back in 22nd. Is that enough is the big question. JJ Reed holds the lead. Carter Friesen rides in 2nd, trying to fend off Edwin Mendez to turn 1. Any yellow flag now down the race. Here they coming to Ryan Brommer. JJ Reed goes around the top side but can't. Friesen tries to go on the inside. Here comes Bowers with a huge run the 19 to the inside. Down the backstretch. Friesen moves around to the lead. Is that enough to make him into the chase? And Marcus Secchi falls through the 3rd because he knows he needs to win, possibly the 34 is out front. And look at 6th on back. They're coming. Fox, Buford, Hanley, and others. They've gained. They're getting by the 6 now. Do they have enough time with 4 to go? TJ Hanley goes 3 wide. Here comes the 4, the 13, the 32, and others. Friesen holds the lead. Down the back, come to 3 to go. Can Bowers or Sachi do anything to keep him from winning tonight? He won the Brickyard last race 2 in a row and get him into the chase. It'd be his 2nd win of the season. He'd advance at the 88, and the 95 could possibly fall out. 3 laps to go. They're side by side. Friesen fighting for his playoff life. Bowers looking for another win. And Marcus Sachi also fighting for his chase life. 2 of the top 3 have their chase hopes riding on a win tonight. Bowers blocks the 34 up top, gets in line. Sachi looks outline the 34, trying to shuffle him out, but can't quite do it. 2 to go this time by. Friesen, nice rotation there. Looks to the inside, but couldn't get it done. Sachi now pulls on the 34. Gonna shuffle him out. 2 laps to go, 3 miles left. Side by side to turn 1. Bowers out in front. Marcus Sachi to 2nd. Friesen kick back to 3rd. Do they have enough time to win this race? Can Sachi get his 3rd this season and then knock the 88 possibly have a wildcard spot? Coming to the white flag. Sachi will look for his 3rd win of the season to win her tonight. He looks inside the 19, but can Friesen get the run now off turn 4? Last lap in Atlanta, 1.5 miles remain to make the chase. Sachi and Bowers side by side. Where's Friesen the 34 go? Can he get low in time? Off turn 2 and down the back for the final time. Marcus Sachi out in front of the race. Sachi, Bowers side by side. Can Friesen go 3 wide in turn number 3? For the chase, Sachi and Friesen fight for their chase lives. 17 slides up off turn 4. Just as they does head back to the line, Friesen and Sachi, the winner is going to be Marcus Sachi. He's won his 3rd of the season, and he's in the chase. Marcus Sachi's in the chase. Does Eli Bright now miss out because the 17 won the race? Marcus Sachi's in the chase, definitely his 3rd win of the season has got him in. Where did Eli Bright finish in the 88? He ended up 13th. Now, is that enough to possibly point his way in? Because the 95 and the there's going to be so much on the line here. Is it possibly going to come down to a driver with 1 victory? Oh my goodness. You couldn't have scripted it any better. It all came down to the final laps. Marcus Sachi wins his way into the chase for season number 10. The question is, who are the 12 drivers that made it in? Let's go see the finishing results from the Aquafina Last Chance 500 Atlanta. Here are the finishing results from the Aquafina Last Chance 500 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. 1 caution flag for 4 laps, 24 lead changes, 17 different driver laps here tonight in Atlanta. Reigning supreme Marcus Sachi's 3rd victory of the season, going to get him into the chase no matter what happens. 3 wins, tied for the most of anyone this season. Great momentum for the 17 team heading into the chase. Carter Friesen, half a car length from winning his way into the chase. He ends up 2nd. The question is, he was kind of with Fox. He came in 90 points behind the 51 to 95. The question is, did he get enough points because he was so far back? Edwin Mendez in 3rd, Carson Bowers 4th, and TJ Henley rounds out the top 5. Steve Morgan ends up in 6th, Roman Fenway 7th, Anthony Fox in 8th, JJ Reed in 9th, and Anthony Nez rounds out the top 10 for Anthony Fox. Was that enough points to point his way in? 86 points back. Jonathan Buford 11th, Diego Pez 12th, Eli Bright 13th. Is that enough points to point his way in, or did the 95 not fall out? 14th for Max Aronson. Michael Gregory led the most laps at 10, but he ends up in 15th. William Bullen 16th, Nathan Stapleton 17th, Riley Spurgeon in 18th, Jose Mills 19th, Dale Letting in 20th. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 21st, Levi Jones 22nd, Griffin Lynn 23rd, Trey Rain 24th. Is that enough to point his way in? He came in 54 points behind the top 10. Is it enough? Patrick Smith 25th, Jay Jefferson 26th, Riley Sampson 27th, 28th for Anthony Charlebois, 29th Isaac Nichols, 30th for Justin Zidell, the only cars on the lead lap. Adam Garcia 31st, Casey Necco 32nd, Ryan Barmer 33rd, all laps down and slower, and then 34th on down, the retires of the race, and the most heartbreaking of them, Luke Rainey in 34th. Running inside the top 10, came down pit road, and while on pit road, the header blows out in the 2 car. He was most certainly going to make the chase over Kukulon. He was definitely going to point his way in, but now he sits on the sidelines in the chase, not able to make it. Jake Virgin, Kashan Richardson, Marshall Burrow, Cole Luigi, Sebastian Kukulon, Scott Gregory, Derek Hamill, Jeff Bright, all out of the race for the 51 to 95. The chase was impacted greatly by them. Did the 51 stay inside the top 10 in points? Did the 95 stay inside the top 10 points? Who are the wildcard spots? Who's inside the top 10 points? Let's go see now the 12 drivers fighting for the championship in season number 10. Here they are. Here are the point standings. After 26 races, it came down to a few points to make it into the chase. Jose Mills at 27 ends the regular season with the regular season championship. 3 points have Dale Lightning in second, Griffin Lynn in third. Riley Spiritu works up to fourth, and Jay Jefferson in fifth. Riley Sampson sixth, Nathan Stapleton seventh. How about this? Carter Friesen eighth. He did point his way in. Adam Garcia ninth. He stayed in. And Anthony Fox in 10th. He also pointed his way in. So the 10 drivers that made it into the top 10, Jose Mills, Dale Lightning, Griffin Lynn, Riley Spurley, Jay Jefferson, Riley Sampson, Nathan Stapleton, Carter Friesen, Adam Garcia, and Anthony Fox. Marshall Burrow falls outside by 3 points. 3 points at the 38 finished 1 spot lower. The 95 is in the top 10, and then the wildcard spot looks different. Kukulon fell outside by 15 points in 12th. Eli Bright was 18 points down 13th. Brock Sachi was 6 points by the 88 in 14th. Trey Rain was tied with the 17 and 15th. Luke Rain falls to 16th. Anthony Hernandez 17th. Diego Lopez 18th. Carson Barros 19th. And JJ Reed rounding out the top 20. So that means the 2 wildcard spots go to the drivers with 3 victories this season. Marshall Burrow 11th in points gets a wildcard spot. Marcus Sachi 14th in points gets a wildcard spot. What Eli Bright needed to have happen was for Carter Friesen to win this race. If Friesen won the race, he would have been even further up inside the top 10 points, which means the 17 would have not been as close to the 88. Eli Bright would have had 2 wins. 95 would have had 3 wins. They would have been the wildcard spots. 17 would have been a few points back of the 88. But since Eli Bright had a dismal, kind of disappointing day here at Atlanta after winning earlier in the season here, it's changed the whole chase picture. Now Sachi mustered 3 wins in the second half of the season and got into the chase with Marshall Burrow in the 95 on a wildcard spot. Once again, the 12 drivers fighting for the championship. Jose Mills, Dale Lightning, Griffin Lynn, Riley Spiritu, Jay Jefferson, Riley Sampson, Nathan Stapleton, Carter Friesen, Adam Garcia, Anthony Fox, Marshall Burrow, and Marcus Sachi. You have 2 drivers from Rouse Racing in there and 2 drivers from Front Row Motorsports in there. The rest of the teams all have 1 driver, and it's going to be crazy to see how this chase goes. And the 2 teams we talked about, Joe Gibbs Racing, Hendrick Motorsports, they had a lot of wins this season. Not a single 1 car from either of those teams made it into the chase. Mendez, Anderson, Fenway, and Gregory, along with TJ Hanley of the top 25. They have Ormond, Gregory, Scott Gregory, that is, Jeff Bright, William Bone, Cole Luigi, Fitzwater, Charlebois. There's Brommer in the 6th, the only Roush Racing car not to make it. Zidell, Richardson, Shones, Nichols, Morgan, the only Front Row Motorsports car not to make it. There's Jonathan Beefer, Case Neco, along with Keegan Thompson, Derek Campbell, Derek Bouchard, Jake Richardson, and Patrick Smith. We know the 12-man chase field, now 12 races to determine our 10th Gatorade Cup Series champion. Who will get it done throughout these next 12 races? Our first stop on the chase, we go short track racing in Richmond for the Menards 400. I will see you guys then.